Hi, and welcome to the Two Girls with Cancer podcast. I'm your host, Becky.
Ashley.
We're super excited to be here. We have been talking about this for months now, if not even like maybe a year. Probably like when we first got
diagnosed,
sick and got connected with each other. Oh, it's super exciting. Like, is it your dream to do a podcast?
You know, I never listened to podcasts, but it definitely is something that I've always wanted to do because what we went through, nobody really knows until you actually go through something like that. And like, we can help people.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah. I was thinking about it yesterday. Like, what a great way to, number one, like, get it out because it's cathartic to like talk about these things. And like you were saying, nobody, unless you've gone through it, you don't understand.
Nobody.
And even if you have gone through it, like, I don't understand what you're going through. You don't understand what I'm going through because it's completely different. So now we will go through what each other has gone through, currently goes through, whatever.
What we do going forward, what we do every single day, the struggles that we have when we feel better.
Oh, the struggles. The list of struggles. The list of good things, the list of struggles.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
it's going to be fun. You guys are going to enjoy this, I promise.
Yeah, it's going to be a real candid look at really what we
real
go
life
through.
Cancer.
Yeah, real life cancer. Yeah. And you don't expect it on two young girls. You don't.
No, you don't. And like healthy. Prior, healthy young girls.
Do you find that when you go to the cancer center, you're the youngest one there and people look at you like, what's that hot chick doing there?
Even I have a handicap sticker and when it's so bad when I park, sometimes I just, because I have a big scar, but we'll get into that a little bit later, but I pull up my shirt and I'm like, cancer. Like
I know. And you shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to explain yourself, but that's the world we live in.
I only used a handicap placard once. Admittedly, I took my grandma's, but it was right after I had surgery, like under 2 weeks after surgery, and we were going to West Edmonton Mall, and parking is crazy there, and I was like, I don't want to walk 900 miles away, and it was the middle of winter.
Oh gosh!
And I was like, we're gonna use it.
I'm grateful,
and we're gonna park there. You know what? I probably could have got something, but like I don't know. I never considered myself handicapped. Well, and not that you are.
You don't, but
no, it's limited mobility is a better way to put it.
Once you go through those surgeries, and like ours are completely different, so our cancers are different, but it really stops you. Like the energy you lose, but nobody gets it. Everyone sees the happy, we show that side, but they don't see the crying in bed, the no energy, exhausted.
Well, it's funny you say that. So for whatever reason, since I've been sick, like my back goes out all the time. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong. I had a bad back prior. Yep. Probably like if you don't use it, you lose it kind of thing. Yep. I was not super great at exercise. But since I've been sick, like I don't know if my bones are starting to get brittle from chemo or what, but my back is always sore. And I was laying on my couch yesterday and like physical tears rolling down my face. And I'm like, this is just a backache. And my husband's like, hey, are we ready to go? I'm like, I don't want to go.
Right? I can't move.
The thought broken. Of getting up and going anywhere.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
It's hard. My hip goes out, but I was in a car accident when I was younger. But it really does. From laying in a hospital bed, I probably spent like, I don't know, I want to say 50 to 75 days in the hospital last year. And then recovering from the surgeries, I had to rest constantly, and like your body literally seizes up.
Totally.
You lose your muscles. My legs were skinny to begin with, but they were even skinnier.
Yeah, you got little chicken legs
I got
now.
Little legs.
Little bird legs.
Right? My uncles like to bug me about it, whatever.
So kind of them.
Right? Isn't it? Family.
Yeah, family. They can get away with saying stuff.
Of course they can.
There was this one day, like shortly after my mastectomy. Yeah. Where, you remember this is terrible. And I'm just going to paint him in such a bad light. But the expression, calm your tits.
Yeah.
I was getting all hyped up about something to my husband. Yeah. And I was like, bah, bah, like I do. Yeah. And he was like, calm your tit. Oh my God. And I was like, And I burst out laughing.
And you don't realize, right?
Yeah. I absolutely burst out laughing though. Like I thought it was funny. In no way am I offended. Good. And in fact, I prefer to be treated like that. I don't want to be treated like I'm an invalid.
Yes.
Or like I just called you handicapped.
Well, everyone's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Same person.
Right? Just had a shitty go.
Yeah.
But the good thing is like what we're doing today and like starting this, we're going to heal ourselves. And there are probably people out there that need that little extra. They need to hear because they're probably sitting at home and they're scared and they don't know what's going to happen. Just like what we went through until we met each other and then we had each other. We want to be those people for you guys to help you guys be able to grow. Cause this is not an easy journey. Like
no,
where we are today. I honestly, I don't know about you, but I didn't think I'd be here. You know, I didn't think
I went up and
mentally I would get to this point where I'd be okay.
Right. I was up and down. For the most part, I was always very positive. I'm like, what is this, some hard cells? Like it's just some multiplied cells. It's not even anything. I've gone through harder stuff.
Oh, mine was worse.
For sure. But like I was always very like mentally keeping it together. But it would be hard because I would feel like I was repressing stuff. And quite honestly, I think repression is what got me in this position in the first place.
You need to, as much as we want to be strong, you have to allow those feelings to happen.
Totally.
I almost lost my mind. I swear to God, like, it was crazy. The dark places that you go.
Yeah.
No one can prepare you for that.
Yeah.
But know that it's okay and it's going to be okay because it will take time. Don't know how many days it will take, but you will get there.
Totally.
You know, cancer is just a word, not a sentence.
That's right. Cancer is just a word, not a sentence. I love that. Ashley told me that recently. It's been her motto throughout this process.
Yeah,
and I love it.
If I put in my mind, I might cry, that I was going to die, I probably would have went down that
100%
that rabbit hole. I wouldn't have got
100%.
better. And you know, it's just, it's really your mindset. You have to, as Becky was saying, she kept a positive mindset, and you really, really do in this journey. I let it slip. Mine was just, it came so quickly. Had no idea. Like 3 surgeries, 8 months.
But doesn't it go to show like how strong not only your mind is, but your body?
Yeah.
Like we don't give our bodies enough credit, especially as women. Not to say that men's bodies aren't amazing. They are. They do what they need to do. But women's bodies having babies, bouncing back, the weight fluctuations, the hormones. And then
women are pretty strong.
The cancer on top of it. Man, like some days I think like, how am I functioning? How am I out of bed? I literally have one boob. Like, how do I get out of bed? And I honestly thought before I had surgery that after having a mastectomy, I would be so depressed I wouldn't leave my house.
Well, I mean, that's a part of you gone that's missing.
And like a part that makes me a female, you know? Like,
I know. Oh God.
I know. It's like I fed my kids with that. And
right? You gave life and you kept them alive.
And like every shirt I wore was real tight and real low. So, you know, now I wear these big old hoodies that I steal from my children.
See, and this is what I do too, because I'm self-conscious because of my stomach. Because it literally blows up and goes down. Blows up and goes down. We don't know what's happening. We're still working on that. But it's like the mental of it. So I hide.
Cancer's fun. This is fun. We're having fun.
This is fun because we're going to teach you guys what we went through, and then you won't think you're crazy because we all go through it.
You know what? I do kind of wish like we had each other, and then we also had a friend, Crystal, who passed away.
Unfortunately.
But we kind of had to navigate it on our own. Did you find that?
Yeah.
Like I certainly have never had anybody go through this.
No, I'm not at our age.
Definitely not at our age. Like seniors, grandparents, maybe.
Some of my family were diagnosed too, unfortunately, around the same time, but it's like, it's a different journey. When we're like, how old were you? I was 37.
I was 36.
Yeah, when I got diagnosed, and then crazy. This is crazy. I mean, cancer doesn't discriminate. I mean, little children, teenagers, but you don't expect healthy people
women in their prime.
Yeah, women, men,
totally
at our age, right?
I'm always blown away when I see young people at the cancer center. Only once in my year and a bit going there, I've only once seen a child one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Actually,
it
I haven't
was
seen one.
heartbreaking. It was like one of my last days of radiation. And I saw this, I don't even know if it was a little girl or a little boy, honestly. And I was just like, my heart hurt.
It does. Because we know what we go through.
Yeah.
Like, what are these poor little
And they
things?
don't understand.
They don't. I think it's maybe a little bit better because they don't understand.
They don't understand. But for anyone who doesn't know, the younger you are, the more aggressive cancer is. The reason for that is that your cells are multiplying at a faster rate. So like a senior, it grows a lot slower. It's a lot less aggressive than a child. Or for women in their 30s, we're kind of like in that aggressive to mid-aggressive range. Now, obviously, every cancer is different.
And every single body is different. So say if we had the same cancer, it's going to affect you differently than it's going to affect me. Right?
So I know when our friend passed away, it hit me hard because I really compared our situations.
Yes,
like she was a little bit older, but again, she's from our town. She had 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters. She was in like the aesthetics makeup world. I was a makeup artist. She went to Mexico for treatment. I went to Mexico for treatment.
Then you think in your mind, is this...
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that happened, but it's also like, is this going to be me?
For sure. Like she spent so much money on treatment in Mexico, and she went the natural route that I also wanted to go.
Same.
And it
hard.
took her, you know, and it was really hard. And there was a day where I laid in bed and I was just like, this is me. And my husband came in and he was just like, I know this is awful, but this is different because you're a different person. Yeah. Your body is different. The way you're responding is different. You can't compare the two because you have similar lives outside of this. And I was like,
it's true.
Yeah, you're right. And so that's why when people say, oh, like so-and-so did this or so-and-so did that, that's great. I appreciate the advice. I always take the advice. I do see in groups that people are like, oh, when someone gives you advice on how to do stuff. No, I love the advice. I will research the crap out of it.
Yes, that's
but I might not do it because it might not be right for me.
Exactly. So my cancer is uncommon, more like very rare. So we both vitamin C intravenously is supposed to be really good for cancer. But there's specific cancers. So when I had heard that, got that information, I went and got it done. I was sick. I was so sick after every treatment. And I think I had about 6. And then finally I went and seen, because I had to do the natural route also. I went and seen a naturopath and he put it up to his, I don't know what it's called, his machine. Anyways.
His little doodad.
Right? And I'm holding this thing and the only thing that out of all the supplements that I take was vitamin C. So for my form of cancer, I couldn't take it. And that's why I was getting so sick from it. But it's like, who knows? Like if say, maybe it's just my body.
For sure.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, totally.
You know, maybe someone with a similar cancer as me could do it, but we don't know.
Every genetic makeup is so different.
And that's what I hate. Another talk. I know we're kind of going all over the place, but being 2 attractive women, right? And my cancer, there was no chemo or radiation, there was no treatment. So I looked awful some days, right? But
well,
when I put makeup on, I looked like this.
You looked like yourself again.
Yes. Yeah. No one could really tell that I was sick, but I was so sick. And it's like how you get judged in this crazy society, in this world we live in, it's heartbreaking. You know? It's like, well, you don't look like a sick person. Okay, I take that as a compliment, but then it got to the point where it's like people would think I was lying.
Yeah.
They thought I was faking it. Just like the handicap, back to that.
Yeah.
I'm faking it. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why do we have to be so cruel to each other?
Yeah. You know, I even felt like that at home. Like my husband's an absolute angel. Yeah. But there would be days where I would feel like he didn't understand how sick I was.
Because they don't.
Because I would look like this a lot of the time. Or I'm not a rester. Nope. You said you spent 75 days in bed at the hospital? No.
I did. It was hard.
I went on several, not vacations, but like I flew places. Because I would go crazy otherwise. So I don't rest. So I was up doing these things. So I think not just my husband, like I think a lot of people, my friends, my family, whatever, just thought that I was
You're
better,
fine.
that I wasn't at home in my head all the time, or that my body didn't hurt or whatever. Like, I know that cancer doesn't really hurt, but some of the side effects of it hurt. And like, I had a lymph node that had cancer in it, and it hurt. Like it used to, this thing would pulsate, and I would just be sitting there like squeezing my boob all the time. So yeah, like people didn't understand.
Yeah, they don't, because our outer appearance and how we look, it doesn't portray what's inside. And so I like that saying, never judge a book by its cover. Never.
Right.
You know, we shouldn't.
Right.
There's so many bullies in this world. Like, why can't we just all be happy?
We will talk about that,
Right?
because we have both experienced some stuff.
So it's exciting because we have so many different things that we're going to be touching on, and then we're going to split it up. You know, we'll have an episode just to work on this. Like right now, we're just giving you guys
the intro.
Yeah, about
who we are,
what we've gone through, and
I could talk for days about what we've gone through.
Right.
Really, I'm thinking like, how am I gonna?
You guys stick around.
that?
It's gonna be good, but it's gonna be real. Like I've pooped myself many of times. Stay tuned for that episode.
I'm personally very excited for that episode.
When it happened, I was with my mom, and I look over and I'm just bawling because I'm so embarrassed because I'm a 38-year-old now woman.
Yeah,
pooping myself in the mall. My mom asking to wash my underwear.
I know.
It's crazy. You don't think that you would go through something like this at this age?
No.
It's like our grandparents. You know, I worked at a care home. I was changing diapers. Like I was doing things. But
totally. You never thought that would be your life.
You
could go to the bathroom on your own.
Right?
You could make it to a toilet.
Right?
Not now.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's getting better, but I still want to go get some Depends just in case. I don't know.
I mean, you had a piece of your colon out. See, when I was on chemo gives you diarrhea, and it was aggressive. It was very aggressive. I mean, I made it every time, but I had all kinds of things like, let me think of something embarrassing to make you feel like you're in good company. I don't know. Like last year I went to Kelowna for my kids' track meet. Yeah. And I had to like miss my last day with my friends because I got like, what is it? Bacterial vaginosis, which I mean, I've had before. Yeah, it just happens, but it was so gross.
Isn't it?
And I had such a nasty infection. And then that was the day before I flew home. And then I flew home. And as soon as I got home, I was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. Blood everywhere. And I was like,
why?
It was just totally different. Just because chemo. Because like, what doesn't chemo do? That's going to be another episode in itself. What side effects does chemo give you that they do not tell you about?
Yeah.
You know, you think, hey, I'm bald and I'm tired and I don't feel good.
That's the stereotype.
How about nails falling off? How about I need glasses
eyelashes
again?
Falling off?
Yeah.
I never experienced this because my cancer, like I said previously, I didn't have to go through it. So it's going to be interesting to hear everything that you went through.
Yeah.
And the pains that you had to endure.
Yeah. Chemo was fun. It was, I don't know, it sucked. And then it was okay. And then it was like,
yeah.
You just kind of get used to it.
That's just what you have to go through. Right?
Well, yeah, exactly. It just becomes your life. Like,
it does.
Now,
like I always say I'm a sick girl. Like I'm a sick girl. Yeah. The dating world sick girl. That's another one we'll get into.
Right? We need to do an episode dating and
God.
cancer. I'm married, so I don't know.
I got this one.
I know how bad it was dating just as a single mom back in the day. Like,
single mom.
And I was young and hot.
Cancer.
No.
Hate the world we live in.
Yeah.
There's so many awful people. Or they're like, what does your body look like? You know, it's like what does it matter? Like, but I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be attracted. Anyways, that's a whole different story. But.
I'm excited for that. I get to live vicariously through you into the dating world.
I'm good now. I found somebody. So before it was awful.
Yeah. I'm actually very thankful that I was married to this experience.
And we can talk about that too, how you had somebody.
Yes.
I didn't have anybody. Yeah. This like a husband or a boyfriend or a support team. I had an amazing family though. Like my family is amazing. Right. But I didn't have that one, your best friend, you know? What's going to happen to my child? What
totally
am I going to be alive to watch him grow? Like it's just only 4.
Like how many times over the last year and 2 months would you say you've had like an existential crisis where you're just like, where do I belong in the world? What's next for me?
Like every week. And then this is next. This is what we're doing.
And do you also now think like, I have been through the ringer. I've been to hell and back. Like, what do I want to do with my life?
Yeah.
Because that's where I am at now. I do not
your perspective changes and everything.
Yeah.
Every aspect in life.
People keep saying to me like, you know, what's your dream job or whatever? And I just don't know. All I know is that I want to do something that brings me joy. If there's one thing that this experience has taught me is that look for things that bring you joy and get rid of the things that don't bring you joy. That's like as simple. That is, if there's one advice that you can take.
Relationship, that's friendship, that's
literally everything. Like even if you're watching a TV show, like if it doesn't bring you joy, change it. Don't waste your time.
Get out of there. Right?
That's what I'm feeling.
I'm so excited for this. You're excited. It's going to be good. Because we can actually just talk and be real and help. My dream, I've always been a helper. I always want to help people. Always. And like, I started my YouTube, my Instagram, my TikToks. Who doesn't like a story? Or sick, sick person. And then
who doesn't like a sick person? Right? For real.
Honestly. And then, so I started it and I was like, I just want to help people. I want to share every single thing that I do to help myself. And now with this podcast, it's like a whole different doors opening for us because we can literally, hopefully, fingers crossed, hit so many people that they can be thankful. I know like this one lady, I met her. She just came across my TikTok and we're best friends. Like she doesn't live here. She's in the States. Every single day we'll check on each other.
Oh, I love that.
Because she also has cancer as well.
Right.
And she even said to me, I give her hope. Like, I wish I had that. And that's why I think it's so important for us to do this so we can be there for everyone.
I've had so many people over this last year say, your story is such a testimony. And I think in my head, like, how?
Right?
I am a hot mess all the time. I am an absolute piece of trash.
Hot messes.
I'm a speck of what I used to be. How am I an inspiration? But I have so many people come up to me. You're a testimony. You're an inspiration.
You don't see yourself.
No, I see the bald little mole creature in the dark. Like, right?
My hair's just still falling out, but I haven't lost it all. So I don't know that aspect, but you still look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I don't know. I'm just so excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We are going to go over different topics. Like we said, every episode, we're going to focus on something. So for example, we're going to have a day where we talk nutrition. Yep. We're going to talk about holistic practices because we are both into that. We're going to talk about the different modalities. So not just chemo, radiation, surgery. Contrary to popular Canadian belief, there is a lot more out there to treat cancer than chemo, radiation,
and you can
surgery.
do it with holistic herbs.
Yeah.
What you put into your body, you eat.
That's everything. I actually read a thing the other day that said that breast cancer, and I mean that's just this. It's probably for multiple different cancers, but breast cancer is a cancer of environment.
Interesting.
So what you've put into your, not just what you've eaten, but like the emotional.
Yes.
And everything.
That's huge. That's a big one.
And I'm thinking that's probably all cancers, really, because I think our bodies are designed to be perfect, right? Like they're designed to function optimally and do what they need to do.
We can get it back. We're still alive. Like some people, once cancer gets to a certain part, you can't turn back. But fortunately, we're here because we made those changes. You know, we recognized what we needed to do and we fought. You know, not that other people don't fight, but for our situation, we kept going, you know, pushing.
Like we said earlier in this episode, every body is going to respond differently. So you and I could have the exact same cancer, do the exact same protocol, exercise the same way, juice the same way, eat the same way, everything. And one is better and one isn't. And, you know, when we're talking about our stories and our successes, our wins, please don't take that as
we're bragging.
As we're bragging.
Because we're not.
Or as medical advice. Obviously,
Yes,
we're not doctors. We will say we're not medical doctors. We're not medical professionals.
No.
But we are two girls who have experienced a whole lot. We have gained a lot of wisdom over this last year, and we want to share it with you.
Yeah. Absolutely. No medical background. I wish I did.
That's a no. I don't know. You know,
I mean, the right medical.
You know how I feel about the medical system. Another episode.
The holistic way. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
That way is amazing.
Yes.
Well, but also do your own research. We're going to give to you guys what we've both, and we do different things, you know, combine them together, whatever, but do your research on what's best for your body, your cancer, how you react to different things, and go from there.
Exactly.
We're just giving you the baseline, just what we've done.
Yeah, like Ashley said, if vitamin C didn't work for her, it could work for you. Like my husband's aunt had kidney cancer, did high dose vitamin C, helped her. Huge. Yep. I mean, I took it after chemo. I don't know if that's what made me sick. I don't know if it was a combination, but my body didn't respond well to it. But again, everyone is going to respond differently. So again, I will reiterate, we are not medical doctors. We are not giving you medical advice. Research everything. If something that we talk about interests you, research the crap out of it. How much time do you spend on Google?
TikTok, Instagram,
on TikTok.
Anything.
TikTok is such a beautiful resource.
Right. It really is.
Yeah.
Barbara O'Neill, she's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Barbara O'Neill's awesome. So research it. Talk to a trusted health professional. That doesn't have to be your doctor. In fact, if you're looking for something more holistic, your medical doctor or your oncologist is probably not the person to talk to because they will shut you down immediately.
Instantly.
They will look at you like you're crazy. They'll go, "I'm sorry, do you have a medical degree?"
Did that. Yeah. She's like, no, you can't take those things. I'm like, I can't take these herbs. You don't know what these herbs are going to do to me. Like, oh God.
So get trusted opinions. There are lots of amazing naturopaths, alternative doctors, chiropractors. Man, chiropractors are so smart.
Actually, yes.
Yeah. People who do live blood analysis. Outside of the country, there's a lot of cancer care. So do your research. That's all we can say.
All right.
So I think with that, let's end episode 1. Next episode, we're going to come back. We are going to have a discussion about what we've both gone through individually.
Her specific cancer, my specific cancer. And then if you guys want, like, if you guys are interested in topics, I guess write a comment, what you want to hear from us, and then we can do episodes for you guys and whatever you want to hear too.
Yeah. So follow our socials at Two Girls with Cancer. We are going to have Instagram, TikTok, probably Snapchat. YouTube. Oh, YouTube for sure. I've never made a YouTube video. Ashley knows YouTube. I'm all about the Instagram. So we'll have a mix of things here. We'll definitely be posting this video to YouTube. We may even have a Patreon at some point for some exclusive content. We will see. When I say exclusive content, all I'm thinking of is OnlyFans. It's not OnlyFans. You don't want to see that. Is there a market for one boob? Because we got it. Is there a market for scars?
Or like scars all over, huge scar all over your stomach.
Okay,
maybe. Well, anyways, don't leave comments if there is. We don't know. Don't tell us. Good ideas.
Okay, good night, everyone.
All right, thanks, guys.